Hello there, I'm Sean Bond.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. We're doing a James Rink tribute video. The sadness aspect of him passing recently. Um, it's very sad. So it's not going to be super happy this show, but I'll do what I can. And so recently after his conference, for anyone that doesn't know, and Super Soldier Activation Conference he did in Florida, he got highly targeted and his health made a rapid decline. Now, he was in the best health before, but it was super rapid. So similar to people might have experienced previously with rare events like in the lockdowns. Though, I'm hearing a lot of things on it. His liver wasn't doing well. His lungs were filling with fluid. Couldn't breathe easily. Stomach pain. I did a call with him a bit ago, like Wednesday before he died, trying to help him, but he was very tired, so he couldn't stay on the phone long. So I tried to help, but you know how things go. A lot of interesting things was reading for it. Thanks for coming, everyone, for the chat. Hi. How are you all? Feel free to ask questions. It sucks. But we'll see what we can do for everything and helping him. And thanks for all the love and prayers and sending him support in his transition and successful death, afterlife, etc. I'm trying to make this more about what he's passionate about in the community. So I'll be doing things to support everyone. So feel free to do free readings, support people that need healing, super soldiers, especially and target individuals, and go into reading some people for what they got going on there. And I can go into a lot of stuff, and I'll bring up some things of James first, and then feel free to ask questions though throughout. And he had swelling legs, stomach pains, all that, heart pains. So a lot coming at him. When I was reading into him, there's a lot of death energy coming at him. Now, I'm open to hearing other people's interpretations and what they know, and I'm also wanting to find out more, because this also you can all learn from it how to prevent other people in the community and this death. And part of it, I go to a higher level, which is there's a lot of deaths go to an allowance based on what the light forces want to do. And he was apparently needed elsewhere. Something to do with a angelic system in a heaven realm, which was nice. I'm sure other people have heard things about him with his connection to his soul and what he's needed for. So there was an allowance from the light that opened up that is, at least this is what I'm reading with the grain. You can take it with a grain of salt. And then the dark really didn't want him to do what he's doing, so they came in like a tidal wave with that, seizing that opportunity. And then I was reading death coming in, death energy, which was trying to help him master and overcome, because especially with a Montauk interaction, There's some project there that was threatened by him. So um, that was coming through his solar plexus in an altar. So there's self-defeating programs coming in, portaling in a whole bunch of death energy, as well as some things that didn't like what he was doing with his conference and didn't want him to do more conferences, including some military and underground reptoids under Disneyland, near where he did the conference. So that's what I was tracking back. There was more layers, but we couldn't. I couldn't spend too much time with him because he was falling asleep. Yeah, so there's things to work on with everyone to keep up with there. But if something in the higher realms wants you elsewhere and it's more important, I know a lot of people send him healing and support. So thank you for all doing that. There's not much that could have been done if they wanted him elsewhere. But it's sad. And thank you all for coming and showing your support. And we'll see what we can do in this this live to honor his memory and go into things to sort. So feel free to share your stories with him and what you know, and also go into your super soldier stuff. And we'll get into some things to send him support, as well as send the super soldiers support. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. And I get some glitches now and again, trying to interfere. Okay, so I'll kind of like go into, I guess, some things that I had in memories with him. Maybe I'll play some. Oh, I don't know. It will probably get flagged, but who cares? I'm not like making money off of anything anyway. Yeah, I can do that. Let's see what's a nice little memorial song. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead into talking about some things. Okay, so we were, I've done a bunch of shows with him, and I'm at different conferences, and I got to go to his super soldier like reunion, like little get together trip in Montauk. So that was fun. I enjoyed that. That was very activating. A lot of remembering from that time. So I'm very thankful for that. Let's see here. So I don't know. Okay, I'm trying to show this in order. Well, it doesn't want to show in order. Whatever. Okay, we'll just go whatever clips I have on me. So yeah, we went to the Camp Hero Montauk Point. There's a ton of lovely stuff over there. We saw like a magical kind of a bunch of things with a cluster of deers at the camp, which was nice. All these animal messages. These animals, they ferry spirits around them a bunch. So they were helping a lot of the ghosts of the kids, and they were pointing us out to things that needed remedy. So we're looking at those and going around, seeing what needed to be resolved in the Montauk area. There was, a lot of ghosts of kids. This fox was nice. That one showed a bigger spirit in the area that wanted help, having to do with temporal. It's like a temporal authority spirit in the area that was being wounded and is like a fissure going into that Montauk was harvesting from. So it wanted our attention. So that was nice. Tuning into we were clearing the different spirits This is completely out of order. The videos right now for some reason. We also so after that I took him back to my neck of the woods in Connecticut, where we went to New Haven, and he wanted to film the Skull and Bones Society building. So we went to do that. Yeah, what the heck? These order of these videos, or whatever. But so that was interesting. I had a lot of information on that. That was nice. He stayed at our house, and we got to talk deep subjects, play games. Have a good chilling out time. Some more deers in the woods, and yeah, man, these are out of order. So excuse that. Maybe I can fix that. I don't know, but whatever. So we're also going into the Montauk area. We're on a little expedition, getting into that building that is well known, the big radio signal tower. Yeah, that, like, we're able to take care. We're big spirits of all the group that went to Montauk, so we didn't feel anything really negative. Not that there wasn't a lack of trying. There's tons of negative spirits trying to fuck with us, but it went real smoothly, as they couldn't hold a candle to us. And we ran across like this big aura vampirically of, like, that Montauk monster, as well as some psychic vampires underground. There's a lot of bases underground. This building,
creepy song coming out of it,
still has like activity and electricity and plumbing, and it seems to connect to a deeper facility below. But they had a lockdown on a lot of the ways you could get down below.
True. So
except for
actually still being
the
used.
current military bases and secret entrances in and out that we would have. But yeah,
See that, guys?
As this whole thing got out, because pretty
Plumbing
much everyone
is still flowing.
Yeah, there's that pipe for the flowing plumbing, and that's going into the New Haven club for the Skull and Bones. But then there's a lot of shit underground under there. Oh my god, some of the biggest predators out of Connecticut come from there, spiritually around the area, actually. Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot underground. There's tons of ET bases, all elevatering off each other. The people around, you just ask a random person, they'll know about the stories of Montauk. They'll know about the missing children, all that. So it goes deep. So again, Skull and Bones stuff at the building. This is us, like during Montauk, like going to where supposedly the U.S. Eldridge is supposed to manifest in and out of time every once in a while. And he had like he was told that it would come in and out at that time that we were going. So he wanted to like set up that conference around that time and then visit it. So we went out for like trek through tick infested jungles, whatever, weeds and all that, to walk for like an hour to this beach near where it is. So I was totally fine to do that. Not many of the group did, but me and James and Marvel did. And interesting clouds. A lot of them looked like they had like UFOs in them and stuff. And we're opening kind of like this portal. I'll go back to that in a second. A big, rented house with a lot of super soldiers at it. It was nice. It was fun. A lot of people coming. Arkeem, Ra, Brian, and James. And a lot of people in the house. Good breakfast, movies, entertainment. Deck was nice. There's a hot tub. We were summoning UFOs. That was beautiful. Yeah, you know how it is. Okay. Yeah, going more into the deers. The foxes. Yeah, and in the campground, it's a huge place. There are all these entrances to military bunkers underneath. It is massive. The underground bases. And a lot of them were sealed off, but it's just, if anyone's like questioning the whole Montauk thing, you got to go there. Like, it's crazy. It's not just a regular park. And then the tower that a lot of people suspect in its emissions and mind control broadcasting systems and other influence and control. And that's not the whole, this is just the surface stuff. Most of this things are underground. And the barracks, which people had memories with. We were telling stories about that, which was interesting. I had some bleed overs myself. A lot of emotions came out, like abuse, people getting killed, all that. They have weird things written on all this stuff, like UFOs, and a lot of it's fallen apart or boarded up. And then we're like about to try climbing it, which was kind of funny. Things that you say, is it life or just to play my worries away? You're all the things I've got to remember. Go back to away. Somebody's trying to call me, sir. All this crazy equipment, holes in the ground, things that go deeper. Definitely has a way underground because there was like a bunch of like little tunnels around it that went into like bathrooms and stuff and things that were boarding off. And we're,
anyway, is that sealed off?
It's not super easy to get there. There's like poison ivy on it. So yeah.
Okay, we're here at the Montauk satellite. It's supposed to beam a bunch of dark frequencies out of it.
Let me know if you guys know any more information about this place and things you wanted to talk about. And here's some of like the insides.
Anyone there? Any orbs inside? Want to say hello? Weird symbols. Yeah, you can't really see them. It says it's a triangle with like a tower on it and 333 on the sides.
So it's this day. The road is now calling, and I must away over hill and under tree.
Yeah, there's some like the tunnel holes that go down deep.
Which Montauk we found under the big tower. Down the rabbit hole we go.
Breaking into it. This is how you get in. You're not supposed to be allowed to, apparently.
Gangsta shit. Come in yet? Or are you escaping?
Gangster shit.
Gangster shit. Yeah.
D house, y'all. Montauk. We're at the LSD house, y'all.
The LSD house is, we call it that because it has LSD written on the side. Whatever that means.
We're at the
It's, you know, they would do experiments with LSD and mind control and unlocking abilities and stuff. Mom talk, baby talk. We need to talk dirty. What the fuck? Yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, so and then it had like written crazy messages like demon time on it. Yeah, it is a good trip. I wish we did more. My God, there's so many like drama demons that come into the field with fucking with people and trying to divide everyone. Like I don't have any beef with anyone. So I just like I see past that stuff. I've had that happen my whole life. So I was like, oh, I know when it happens, so I don't ever take anything personally. It sucks how much division there is in the community over petty things. Yeah, this is weird things you'll find around the place. The 666 thing. There's a lot of like people like putting weird symbols like that. Like I guess either they know what it is about, or the dark side's like marking a territory or something. I don't know. You know, just like you know, everyone attempting to climb it. So you know, stuff like that. Yeah, there's that LSD house. I think I might get the right position. The Dick house. Yeah, I think. Oh no, okay, it's not all of them. Okay, let's go. Oh wait, yeah, it is. Let's see. Oh, I'm just trying to see if I covered everything. Just trying to break into it. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that was crazy. Cryptid Huntress, right? Jessica is commenting. I'm like, when a guard showed up at the radio tower and half of us saw a Caucasian and half saw an African American guy. Yeah, I know, like time loop, crazy shit. Yeah, weird things, man. Seeing all about like the secret entrances into it. I don't know if you can see the LSD. We blame society, but we are society. Ooh, that's a good, yeah, that's true. Unfortunate, but we need to take more responsibility and go internally and then unlock things in ourselves so we can change the reality around us, because we try to change external things without changing ourselves first. Then it often goes awry and we don't know the full scope of things, and we get into toxic worldviews and changing for those toxic worldviews and being manipulated by dark forces that are able to anchor to our toxicity. Yeah. Yeah, right. The shape-shifting reptilians. We're on the lookout for that. That was good. Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna see if there's anything else. Yeah. So here's again more bunkers.
One of the Montauk bunkers. It's been sealed off. Somebody tried to drill into it or something after it was sealed.
Yeah, like just completely sealed off with cement.
Here we
But
are.
like there's still vent
One of the
tunnels and they
Montauk
still are blowing
bunkers.
air. So you know, it's just like making it you so you can't get in. Yeah, all these weird like bricks around here. Yeah, here's what I'm talking about. Like these chimneys, air vents all over the place. So people need to understand that this is well known in that area, and there's all these mythoses that don't really leave the places, and they're quarantined to their zones. There's rock walls. So this goes into native stuff and ancient civilizations. And, there's like books on the Montauk pyramids, and there's reasons why they're utilizing that area for its place of power. Welcome, Archeum. Thanks for coming. Let me know if you wanted to bring up anything, or because we're also both you and Jessica were an important part of that trip that made it wonderful. Depending on if I have some of the footage, let me see if I do. Yeah, just these crazy things. See if I can find out. I have a bit. Let's see if I can get that in the. Show that for the audience as well. And us trying to climb the fence, get in the Camp Hero. Yeah, I think I got some. Yeah, we're all goofy, so it was a good time. Yeah, I wish there was more, It'd be great if everyone had teleporters and they could just see each other whenever they wanted, and we can go on amazing adventures. Like, I'm trying to set up more adventures for people to come on, and inviting people out, but yeah, it sucks that we're all kind of separate, how does. Okay, so I have some video. Arcane Rod did a nice little he brought a synthesizer. He played that for us. Very good. Very talented with music. Council Rock. There's like a little story behind this. I can't remember exactly what it is. Feel free to put in the comments. But yeah, a little nice place of power that we went to, and we're filming some things. A large white quartz rocks was once in the center of a tribal activity of the Montauk Indian Nation. Tribal meetings were held in the shadows and often included representation of all the 13 tribes that inhabited Long Island. The Council Rock provided a tangible symbol of the spiritual and political unity of the natives people in Long Island. Today, it serves as a memorial to many tribal members buried nearby, and as a historical heart of the Montauk organization. Yeah, I remember there was a bunch of spirit elders of the natives around it, and we were trying to work with them and support them and heal anything going on with it, and open it up as a place of power, and then make it so that you could unite with them, because it seemed to unlock more things for the island and what could be seen, and what also wanted attention as they could communicate with a lot more. There's also people were going cryptid hunting. We did a nice little trail with Jessica, and yeah, it was beautiful. It was fun. We played some songs, tried looking for Bigfoot. There was apparently some Bigfoot in the area. There's some cryptid hunters down for the site as well, which was nice. And we were trying to get unity with the different spirits of different types in the environment, so that it could all unite to a big remedy for everyone. Okay, so things like that. That was fun. Let me see if I can. And I posted this stuff, so I guess I'll just put it in for this video. So that everyone sees that kind of thing. And okay. Yeah, so Eldridge would be like brought in.
And we got a portal open of a big
portal open nicely
sunbow.
that is like
A big
around this
circle.
There's actually double portal, and then there's a little rainbow around this area
between
that would appear in the clouds. It was a nice.
What's it called again?
The work everyone was doing here.
Pond. Oyster Pond, yeah, in Montauk. The Eldridge is that way.
But everybody's dead on it. It's just camp ghosts sticking out. The souls that came back, usually given about 3 days to meet their loved ones before they go to a higher dimension. But all their loved ones are gone because it's 80 years past now. They're all gone. They don't have anywhere to go.
True.
Eventually they're going to go time again. So they're going to pick up 700 years.
Yeah, you can see the
and a bigger one.
But you can see
there's two circles. A bigger one, two. I got it on camera. Everyone in the
one with
camera can see it now.
A rainbow that was kind of covered up by the weather, but was opening up.
Right there is the rainbow part. It's a portal, baby. We're here at Montauk.
And like also going into, we entered this little pond that apparently had barely any human activity because the fish were super friendly, and they were just nibbling on us and coming right up. Crabs were coming on up, swans were coming up. We were just like emitting good vibes and Psionic unlocking stuff so that we could pass. There was like over 500 ghosts of kids that were abused underground. So we were trying to help them pass on and do what was needed for them to have a successful death and not be harvested off of. That was a beautiful day. It was nice swimming in there. It was a little picnic.
Put your crystals out.
Feeding the fish.
Crystal offerings for you.
And like everyone, we all had like a bunch of crystals we would put prayers into and throw around the area to support the
send love and light to the
wedding of the area.
People.
Here's all the fish.
Find peace.
That started showing up after we did the prayer, which was nice. I've never been to a pond
like
that would do that and just come so close and not give a shit about you, and just go up and nibble and kiss you.
Oh my god, it tickles so much. Okay, what's another one? We asked
Every once in a while, the bigger fish would take a bigger nibble.
Wherever they are in time.
And I'll release more images and stuff, how it goes. To help the prayers to keep going.
It's Pedicure Pond.
Yeah, they're giving us pedicure.
Yeah, have you ever been in a pond where they do that to you? Have you ever been in a pond where they do that? Yeah, I know, right? It's like, what?
Usually swim away from the people.
Yeah, giving you little kisses.
Aww. Like baby piranhas.
Yeah.
They don't have teeth yet.
Every once in a while, one of them.
Big enough
And the adults are going to find us.
Oh, hey, what's
That's
up?
That's where we're getting all the fish from.
There's a swan over here a bit ago, too.
Yeah, and most of the time I'm not filming, so it was a nice long day. So feel free to share your stories and whatever else you want to go into. and I'll like open it up to helping anyone out there that wanted to tune into like memories, and because that that's what James does and likes doing in his dream. So support his dream going forward. And also, I got some visions this morning and like talked to my higher self and stuff. And yeah, and it was like an interesting thing. So like loving support to James is bringing him to a great place. Right now, I'm reading. He's going around in the ghost phase where he's saying goodbye and meeting with people and engaged in the people around him that loved him and witnessing all that. It's like a little beautiful time to witness those people and teleport around with the guide to go see what people are doing and the people that care about them. And then going into like life review stuff. Later, you can help them transition in support by like anyone that has grief and sadness. Grief usually emits from the heart and it's generated when you have great loss. So you can hold your heart and give it love and transmute it and turn it into support for him in the afterlife and sending him that, as well as to increase your connection to him beyond death and life, so that you can amplify your ability to communicate and get information and amplify your mediumship, as well as if he needs anything, be able to listen and get messages, and a possible dream visitation, which is lovely. So I'll recommend that and you're going to be emitting that sadness until it's at a pace that you can transmute it faster than it emits at its maximum. And so just do that. You can either hug yourself or hold it from back your heart to amplify that to release it and have like a beautiful cry. Yeah, while you're spending that in grief energy, it will go to support him as you're transmuting it with love. It will go to make his afterlife better, his death successful. I recommend this for anyone that dies. Later, after the grieving process and memorial and all that, when he feels he's ready to move on, there'll be a process that I've seen with my dad and many other people I've helped cross over, where it's called like the Bardo in the Tibetan Book of the Dead and like similar things in the Egypt Book of the Dead and other stuff, where there's like a test. And everyone that wants to move on to an even better possible place than what you've earned in that life and gain more access to more and more places, because it's a bigger concept of what happens in the afterlife than people believe. Most beliefs are limiting. It's like a dream you can create. There's other creation realms. You can visit them all. It's like VIP clubs, some of them. So you got to earn to the bigger ones. But throughout this life, where you go, what people you meet, whose lives you touch and affect to make better, you earn more and more places you can go and more capabilities. And the whole weighing of your heart concept goes into the scales of what you've earned and what you into glory and afterlife, which is kind of like a dream to scan what's your paradise if it works out well. My dad likes hunting, so he would go and earn multiple heaven realms that are like a happy hunting ground, which exists in a lot of native legends. And he'd go in a way that he'd hunt rare species that were contracted to be part of the process and a little bit of a challenge. And he actually gained access to more as I went to a bunch of pyramids in Mexico, lower Mexico. So that was nice. And so you can even help them earn more places and it's like a soul family thing where we trade and commerce. So it's like a little hologram that reflects your paradise. You want to do what you can to earn more. The bardo tests what you're ready to let go of. It's a lot of earthly attachments, negative emotions. It starts from the lower chakra going up, like fear, pain, things interaction with others, and impacts, things to let go of, help others with, wounds to them and you from others, grudges. It goes up to like shame, guilt, all the heavinesses on the heart. And if you can face and go through all those, then you prove yourself to be able to be allowed in more places. So it's a lovely thing, and we can all help them to earn more. And then, depending on other things and how much is helped, a lot of the spirits, as they go to different heaven realms, can earn the ability to bilocate, to be in multiple places at once. So we can be some spirits that don't have the bilocation. It's less so often you see them because they're occupied doing something. But if you can get them to bilocate, they can appear to you, their loved ones, in a bilocation simultaneously while doing what they're needing to do, and be a guide and support. So depending on how much help we give to him, he can go around and bilocate a bunch if it's increased quite a bit. And then he'd be in multiple places, helping people, guiding people, helping super soldiers, helping victims, target individuals, appear to people that watch his videos, dreams, all this kind of stuff. So this is a good thing to help support in the process. And then he can go out and learn things. He can enjoy a heaven realm. If he needs to move on into a new incarnation, then he can do that. But I think successful death is where you have time to figure out your greater plan, full life review, full other life reviews, full soul family interaction, ancestors, greater awareness of your chess moves and what you're doing here. And he seemed to be called elsewhere, so this will be good to see, be able to communicate, figure out what he's doing in the afterlife, and if it's very likely aligned with his mission, since it supersedes him continuing what he wanted to do here. And we all have lost, so we can all send that support that I'm talking about back in time to any of those people that we lost as well, so that they have even more of a successful death at the time, and then they can visit us more often, such as in dreams. So it's never too late. You have the ability to expand back and forward in time, especially in your timeline, and things that affect you, and earning more. Okay, so there's that. Let's see, and throughout this, I'll be talking about James based on what I can remember and think of things to come up. He was kind, hardworking, very expanded in mind, aware of a lot of things that most people don't know, open, very open to understanding people and not like hypercritical of them, which is wonderful. And then letting them share their story, which is important when you're trying to figure out what is real past the illusions and the Maya and the deceptions that anchor and spell the mainstream narrative of this world. And I can confirm that with the SSP and Super Soldier systems of awareness, of course, not everything. And with the Super Soldier community, you also deal with screen memories and weird shit that is purposely been leaked, that the CIA tries to get people to believe weird stuff along with the truth, so that they aren't taken seriously in the world. But I can confirm that a lot of it is got evidence in altars, in emotions, in overwhelm, in PTSD, in minds that are older than their body, in illnesses that shouldn't happen to a regular young person. Targeting that will track back to those places and things, and it won't go away unless you face the story that's showing you, and sometimes it's telling you military abduction or ET abduction, and when you face that and resolve it, all the targeting goes away. Otherwise, if you're just facing it like as an illness or pain or whatever, it doesn't go away. Some people have pain their whole life, back pain and headaches and overwhelm and migraines and teeth pain and heart attacks and needles in the heart and shutting down organs and overwhelming emotion that they've had their whole life. A lot of times because they're not willing to fully go within and face these visions and regression and stuff, and they don't know what it is. And they don't want to, people don't want to believe something that's not true, which is good. It's good to be skeptical, but it's also good to be open. So openly skeptical. And you don't have to put everything you've heard or believe in the most grounded, strong anchor of belief you have. Just have them on different shelves. I have listened to a lot of people. I am fully open to them being real. As they get more evidence, they come down closer to my strong, anchored in existence reality that I hold. And I'm totally able to be in unity and non-ego to hate people just because I think they're going against what I believe is the strongest truth. Unity is important. It's what we need to see more truth. If we don't have unity, then we're closed off into our own intellectual cult. And so truth is important. It does need to be protected, but only as in the temporary state of being. Truth is long, strong, long-lasting, hard, and unbreakable. It doesn't necessarily need to be protected, but in the moment to save people and get people out of negative situations in the finite, it can be, and it's good to hold it up to a high standard. And I see seeking truth above all as opposed to just confirming my own truth. If something goes against my held truth already, then I'm willing, as if it has enough evidence, then it will displace that, and I will take in what is coming up in truth and scientific evidence. Though a lot of people have this thing where they don't know which is more important, truth or unity. And I think both are important, but the ego likes to protect its truth and is seeing that more important than unity. And for me, I see unity. If you're in true unity, you can talk out your differences. You can understand each other's perspective. You can understand why we came to a negative perspective. And then we can understand seeing in the other person's shoes as they are. And then what they must have gone through is beyond what we see. You can always expect there to be more. And to the heaviness on their heart, the pains they're holding on to, the war they have inside themselves, to have empathy with it and to care. And then with that opens up an understanding of why they're the way they are. And then forgiveness, and with even people that are in delusions or whatever, there's things to point out about it, and it's certainly vampiric, and it's not good for you, and it can be a poison worldview, but their part of themselves is wanting it for various reasons, as well as there's things in the reality that brought them the conclusion that it's strong and it has validity. So probably the delusion itself has some type of gold nugget of truth that's worth holding on to. And it just needs to be cleaned off and cleared and brought to understanding in an empathic way with other reality perspectives that don't. And most people that don't want to be judged, because judgment is a thing that happens to us all the time in our mind. You can't really stop it. It's assessing the place, the reality of the people, and what's going on, and the distance you have with them, and how to trust them. And that's okay. What people don't like is not being rejected. And that's what I like to work on, where I don't reject anyone. and because they're ultimately me, and you are ultimately everyone, going back to your source. But also this reality, which it comes to an interesting conclusion, that this hologram of light coming to you infinitely is like a dream space of your brain interpreting electrical signals. And what is truth ultimately with that? In your interpretation of light and consciousness around you at different bandwidths, if you were to collapse time and space into a singularity and it all be one, and those time and space variants will have depth and allowance for an experience, you are connected to everything external to you, and parts of yourself deeply want you to understand that this hologram is reflecting you, and everyone is a aspect of you. Everything external to you is an aspect internally. You are ultimately source, and you're bringing yourself down to this little space so you can experience it in a different way, as well as for the expansion of the universe and your individual organized free will ascending to evolutionary pathway that can unfold at a greater or rate than others, or at just the right speed that you need to unfold something unique. Now, everyone's allowed that. And so forgiveness, understanding, love, connection, unity allows for us to break past those ego boundary differences and the suffering and the division and the ego, the drama demons that come in to divide us. And we can come to peace with it all and see ourselves within everyone, see the greatest aspect of a person within them, and fall in love with it and bring it out. Fall in love with even the aspects in a person that you, parts of them even reject, people have rejected in them, that you might or ego might initially reject. And then you if you stop yourself and surround that heaviness that you're not able to break through their heart with accepting them for who they are as they are, not needing to change them, it breaks through these layers and gets deeper to their heart, and you can feel their love and be able to exchange that in unconditional love. And then they feel better interacting with you. You feel better interacting with them. It supports in a commerce and exchange with boundaries and love. And they change in front of you. They are given the support they need in love, because those parts of themselves that are rejected, or parts in you that are rejected by yourself or others, are the things you judge about others. If you judge somebody else for something, you judge it in yourself, even if you don't have it that much. And that's probably because you've rejected it at an early age. Those parts are lacking love. They are so shielded up. They don't want it, their camouflage to not be letting known about. When you give those for yourself that are reflected, the parts that we initially have our ego point out of possible judgment, we can heal that part of ourselves and reach it with love as well as in them. And that gives them the nourishment they need for that part of themselves to heal and given the love and support they need, to where it fuels them to change on their own. And then they open up, like those uncles and aunts and fathers and mothers that are not the best family member ever, that are angry, that are blame consciousness. We can reach into their hearts with this method and then give them the love they need, that they change it, because they're angry at you, they're controlling at you because they had it done to them. There's a part of themselves they see in you that they rejected. They don't even notice that it reflects to them. And this can all be like a locomotion effect of healing as people understand this. And then we can bring more love into this universe that we're in, this hologram of reflecting Indra's web of aspects of consciousness that we are. Okay, so there's that. Yeah, and yeah, any whistleblowers out there want to talk and stuff, because he and other people in the community, I was very against talking about the SSP and super soldiers and all that. I moved into a house of super soldiers. I loved the topic because it kept showing up in my life and kept showing up in dreams and visions, and crying for every day, like tons of emotions just coming out of me, and I having to like just be in the shower, just exploding it out, all the sadness. And it didn't make any sense because I didn't experience anything super sad needing in this physical timeline. And that pushed me to understand that there's beyond this timeline, and there are weird things happening. And my mind was, at certain ages, suddenly ancient, and having to integrate so much and face so much. And then when I close my eyes into the sadness, it comes up with visions of things that, will upset me and make me want to reject them. And then finding out there's no other way but facing the pain and understanding it. And then going inward to like, hey, you've been abducted by aliens. Hey, they did experiments on you. You got stuff stolen. You got stuff limited and blocked. There's invasive surgeries. There's military abduction where they will they will get you to gain a friendship in the project and then build that up through experimentation and things they're working on to train you in, whether it be martial arts or psionics, such as abilities such as telekinesis, pyrokinesis, electrokinesis, a remote assassination, all kinds of things. And then they'll pit you against the person you became friends with, having you kill them. So it fractures a part of your consciousness, and then they program it. Had a lot of time of crying that out. Had a lot of abuses. Had things where they'll put you in cages. They'll put you in dank, smelly rooms, and then take you out and do things that trigger stress-based evolution. Putting you in a room with super hungry dogs, putting you in situations where the ground will electrocute you every few seconds, put you in rooms where the walls are coming down, and the only thing you could do is try to increase your strength to be able to stop it. And they would slowly increase the weight. Doing things where they would induce pain so you could gain control over pain. Shock you with an intention to access a type of ability, such as oracles or remote viewing or seeing or opening a portal or something, creating a negative situation where you might die if you don't do something. And then and they already kind of know what DNA tech you have and rare abilities you're starting to emit, because that's the reason why they found out about you. Which is why I help people track back this negative energy. I help people learn what rare ability, energy emission, rare DNA they hold that tipped off different types of reverse engineered ET tech that goes into scanning this rare energy and finding on the planet how that goes into their abduction capabilities, and the military finding rare individuals that have portal tech, death tech, of different types of elementals, emitting divinity energy, Like a lot of people, like with Max Spears is the thing that most people know about Project Ibis. There's a lot more. The U.S., they have a bunch of projects that go into tracking divinity. Archangels, I've tracked back 2 different states that are doing this, finding archangels or regular angels in human bodies. Different deities for each type of country mythos. Project Odin, Project Loki, Project Set, Project Horus, Project Shiva. They're different ones, Amaterasu. There's ones for different places in the U.S. as well as the countries of origin. They don't always have the same name anymore. They change them constantly. Usually they'll keep them around the similar name. Like Ibis has been changed quite a bit, Thoth, and different Tahuti, Hermes kind of like change their name in different things. There'll be projects a lot of the time that I'm looking into where it just involves taking a person temporary and temporal dilation and then putting them back in as if it never left. A lot of the time, most of it is this way, and they got it so advanced where all you'll notice is either while you're asleep, maybe an interesting dream, or like if they do it while you're awake, like jerked up like crazy, like what the fuck was that? And like a weird thoughts displacement, and it feel like you have heaviness on your head and headaches and frequencies go up. There's all kinds of things. Depends on what happened. This can be positive being taken or negative. So it's good to look into it, what's going on and why. Sometimes it's just you getting bilocated. A lot of the positive ETs will use that tech because it's less invasive. And they'll take you somewhere. And they have the ability to manifest your bilocation into a physical form. Sometimes they'll take your DNA, like at a young age. I've scanned into like hundreds of people. I've done this sessions for a lot of clients. They'll just take you at some local base. They'll take your DNA and then put your body back as if you never left, and then take that DNA to then make rapid speed clones, and then use those for different things. Either clones, DNA magic, hybridization, selling your DNA to other species, some sold as food to like the reptoids, some used in experimentation, some as you have the cure for something like fertility or whatever, because there's a lot of cool secrets in human genetics that a lot of species want. Yeah. Montauk is annoying. I hate them. Now, I'm open to them changing because they're in a temporal war over their existence. And I like the people that I met through it, that good people in it. They're some of the most abuse I get from that. They just keep trying to abduct. And you go back in time and try to camouflage what gave your position away, what a rare ability, and they keep fucking, especially if it's a big one, like some people I read, teleportation and stuff. They will keep coming at you and replacing the abduction. And there's a bunch of them because they fractured through multiple timelines. Some are at war with each other, some are in unity. They've anchored into alternate timelines, alternate realities, other places, planets, realms. They're trying to dominate things, like in the Man of the High Castle kind of show. And there's ETs manipulating and feeding to that under their bases. And they're time looping to harvest things. So it's awful. So they're involved in what was allowed to come at James. So I'm also not liking them for that. So I'm looking for ultimate remedies for a lot of these temporal dilation, abduction, enslavement, child slavery, abuses that are getting way through the cracks. And the reason why they're allowed by the light forces, if you're wondering why is this allowed to happen, why are the higher dimensionals just letting this get away with it, it's because the future has wars, and there are big threats trying to invade human colonies, the solar system, and sometimes the Earth. And that's not set in stone, that's in flux all the time. But also, so those wars can be taken away, new ones can also be added. That's the unfortunate part of it. And there's a greater layer of need, which is the lack of soldiers, the lack of boots on the ground, hired hands, of what's needed to stop, prevent, remedy those wars and those timelines. If you want to look in this concept, there's a movie called, I think, The Tomorrow War, something with Chris Pratt. And that was a pretty good representation of the concept, though. People are getting their DNA taken in the past, and they're cloned and then sent to the future, as well as looking for high-value people of interest, abilities, things for different things that are needed. Now, as you understand time travel and Tesla vortal tunnel technology, the Philadelphia experiment, like the disclosure in the movie Prestige, things in Colorado Springs he was working on in portals, in vortal tunnel technology, in transportation, in teleportation, portals, etc. Plus chronovision that was worked on 2 Vatican scientists to tune into the residual frequency of the past, potential frequency of the future, and then the ability to bring that on a television screen. The reverse engineering of the pineal gland tech with things that people kind of notably call Project Looking Glass. There's other names for this kind of system, and there seem to be more, and there's a weird temporal war over that. That's a little hard to look at because it's changing in flux, because it's remote viewing, and the remote viewing in the future also is not an easy thing because it's changing. And the Tesla papers taken by Trump's family, going into the looking glass tech that looks like a pineal gland, kind of inverted, and like the contact system. Like the movie Contact, kind of gyro rotating fields and a plasma sphere. If you go into all that, plus like Project Pegasus, the things the Nazis did, reverse engineering UFO tech, then it's like, okay, time travel is possible. Okay, what are the factions that have it are doing? Oh, it's definitely like more even likely to exist in the future and future timelines. Oh, wonder what they're doing with it. Who factions? Private industries, private governments, private intelligence groups, breakaway civilizations probably would be the ones that have it. Definitely ETs, a lot of different ETs have it. That's been confirmed in a lot of ways. A lot of talking to them, they go back and forth in their timeline. Some are managing it like Doctor Who. Some are invading it like a timeline war. So there's timeline wars. So then that goes into who are the factions against each other. Okay, these factions, if they're human, let's see, they can grow up out of countries, What are the main likely factions? And it's not going to be the whole government. It's going to be a little faction like DARPA, Project Pegasus. U.S. definitely has different projects going into this. China probably, they steal a lot of things. Israel probably has some. Probably Russia, probably maybe India and some other things like Australia and Britain is known to have it. Things like that. Now, then as that fractals out and those other countries get in the pie and other things, there's also the banking families, the Rothschilds, the NSA information gatherers, and then the beings that are the elites that are able to fund these operations and then funnel tons of the black budget, which there's trillions of dollars missing from the Pentagon as an example. So we're being harvested for energy, money, resources, work. And that goes into the breakaway civilizations off planet, in inner Earth, and how the underground bases that are being drilled out through all that you can look at videos about these places, and people are being hired. They're brain draining them to be taken down. I know of various people that are asked to look after babies in underground bunkers, and people that were offered to hire be hired to work as doctors, engineers, people that would be building these structures. So they exist. Some have interesting ways of keeping people silent about it, whether threatening their family, spying on them, injecting them with weird things. Some of those weird things cause a death clock that if you don't keep getting the injection, you die. So if you go off the reservation, you die. If you don't get the injection, you die. And some going into being implanted as well as monitored. So there's a lot of ways to keep a secret. And that there are secret government systems underground that are really in control of the top layer governments. And then that goes into deep inner Earth, because we're not a lot of laws for some reason on digging down. Like that would solve world population increases, just digging underground or going into space. Nope, no, I'm not allowed to do that. You're like, why? Well, some ETs say that's their domain, and ours is the surface, the stinky surface dwellers or whatever. And so, you should be allowed to dig certain places, but if you tap into a base that's not yours, they can be hostile and push you out, probably. You sent me somebody sent me a PayPal. That's nice of you. Thank you. Okay, I'll look into that. Feel free to ask questions, people. I'm not really. If you want to donate, that's totally fine. I love you. This is a tribute, for James. Now, so the bases. Okay, so there's secret underground bases controlling governments. Okay, and then that goes into ETs that are underground. Some go to the surface. Have front corporations. Well, I've seen videos of UFOs coming down and landing on office buildings and emitting weird things, and it's crazy. I actually may be able to find one for you guys. So it's like this will go into validation for that topic. Let me just do that real quick. Let's see if I can find it. Jeez. I think I can find it. And it's like there are ETs pretending to be human or look human enough to where they can just pass it. And it's just like front corporations where somebody in the know is hiring a bunch of humans, and they're also either in some state of mind or been programmed to ignore it, to where it's just like, what? Why? What's going on? And it's like, and you tell them, like my friend David, that I got to visit his lovely house, and he showed me these videos of UFOs and stuff touching down. Let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, I think I got it. I think I gotta though mute it when I share it. So let me do that, because there are some secrets that he will. Okay, so I'm sending it. Okay, so Zahir Glass, thank you for sending a donation. Appreciate you. Thank you for the $20. Really appreciate it. I am not sure if you will be answering questions during your live, but I've often wondered if I have any targeted relating to secret soldier programs in secret space that I need and can work on. Thank you. You're free to talk. Yeah, I'm gonna give you. Thank you for the donation. I'm gonna feel free to tell me if you guys donated or whatever. Because I'll read out your stuff and give you a nice reading on super soldier stuff, and I'll go into any projects I'm looking at for you. But yeah, I can get deep. So then off-world, you know, you talk to my friends. They'll talk about the colonies, mining colonies, enslavement colonies, and like Ceres, and Mars, and all that. So yeah, you can get deep with and how they're holding it all together and keeping that going. Okay, I think I sent. Let me just make sure because it is a long video, so it's a little bit. I don't know if I'll even be able to show it. We'll hopefully I will, because it's not showing up on my. Yeah. A lot of people message me, but it's fine. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know what I can do about that. Okay, maybe it will show up. I'll go back to that concept. So there's people on the surface that are like masked up, or have this weird mind control or technology that makes you see something else, or are just like passing as humans. A lot of them will hybridize a version of the race to be more passable as humans, so they can operate here. They connect down to a base. It's interesting. Oh yeah, so yeah, more into other stuff I got going on. These guys wanted to help with the stream, and I help with the super soldiers coming out. So there's like spirits and all this. These upgrades of these alien artifacts we're finding. These mer people. This UFO is like got a old crystalline AI in it that connects to a bigger ship. And I'm talking to that ship now and trying to help it restore itself. There's a little cephalopod species in there. The cephalopod person is nice, though I understand people will be like worried that with the whole mythos, with Cthulhu mythos, though. Most negative races I find are enslaved and mind controlled by something, and that their followers are enslaved by a apex multidimensional predator. Their Draco Empire will steal DNA and then make their own slave race of things like with the mantids. So a lot of the original races are positive. Same thing with cephalopod species. A lot of the Draco went after them because they can reach into higher dimensions. A lot of them are eaten. Like when I track that little guy, unfortunately, the spirit of this guy died and was eaten by a Draco. Which, if you're wondering if that shows up on the artifacts, it does. With the UFO in there. There's also eagle people. It's the avian races. Which I'm starting to contact more of each of these races and see what can be done in interacting with them. There's a lot to unfold. Yeah, and then let me just show some of the artifacts real quick so I don't have to show them anymore. But here's one of my crystal skulls, like 50 pounds. Very powerful, glows in the dark. I can confirm it came out of ground. It's got all these long skulls on it. The dirt's kind of coming off this UFO. Different planets like Saturn, Jupiter, and some other spheres, around. And these wings, long skulls. Oh my God, it's so heavy. A Thoth-like being. The head's here. He's holding an Ankh. I can show it in the light. Oh God, it's so heavy. Okay, Ankh's right here in his hand. There's a DNA helix going down to a double eye of Ra Horus. There's a Anubis-like being right here. It's hard to tell where my hand is. Right there. God. A mermaid handing off a sphere and a bunch of other winged long skulls. Very powerful. Will help you guys in your dreams. Gave you some of the best dreams ever. So aliens exist. They're being uncovered in Mexico. These artifacts. A lot of UFOs are seen to different people in different places. You can summon them now. if you're in the right state of heart and know how to do contact protocol, which I've been able to do. It's lovely. And this will be a locomotion tidal wave with the alien artifacts coming out. So, people that's like, ooh, aliens, like my sister would do that. She's got alien, like xenomorph tattoos on her body. So part of her is calling for it, but some type of mental prison around people. This guy in the alien Russian species book called The Shining Ones. It glows in the dark. This one's nice. There are some neutral and but also darker and desperate versions of their species because they're trying to solve an issue with their fertility. A lot of the species come here to resolve issues. And every artifact species I've found, when I track them back, look at their history, talk to them, because they're like telephones, they have all added their genetics to us. Here's this little smiling guy right here. So you guys can connect with these. They have spirits in them. They want to upgrade everyone out there, help support the super soldiers is what I asked which individuals wanted to come for the show. And these are the ones that want to do it. I also got this weird one that I'm still unlocking. There's things to it. There's both, good and neutral, and some little scary vibes to it. I got stuff with this, finding this in the ground personally. So this is if you were like, what the fuck is that? Yeah, I didn't know at all the first time either. It's apparently venerating a really strange looking ship. Because I wouldn't know what the fuck this is when I was like, what is this? So there's a little ET here. Now you'll see him a little easier on the side here. Now tell me, what does that look like? Have you seen anything like that before? Oh, I wonder. Let's see. He has a like curled up body, a tail, and this really long head. Anyone out there want to guess on what this species might be? Have you seen anything like this before? There's also this little head guy in the front. But very strange, like container kind of thing, which ultimately is like a little ship. And I'm going to find out more about it, but and the artifact has rare stuff. Each one of these has like rare things in them that it's a whole mystery to unlock and figure out what's going on. It's a very strange off-centered back too, as if these tentacles aren't stationary. Could be like a ship and these tentacles are going out. But yeah, tell me, what does this look like, this type of species? Have you seen anything like this? Hey, maybe I can show you something else that will give you some hints and ideas about it. One second. Okay, so tell me what this looks like. What does this remind you of? Anyone want to guess? There's crazy stuff in even movies and soft disclosure that you wouldn't think really exists, but then you find out, some other things and more evidence, and it gets kind of crazy, hard to believe. And now, so I'll bring up another thing for this. so that we can just like hit everyone over the head that doesn't believe in aliens. Oh, yeah, here's your evidence. And let's see here. Yeah, I got this. Okay. So here's also like that artifact I was showing before. And here's my presentation on telepathy and stuff, and teaching it and it glowing. Here's the passage about the shining ones in the Russian species book. But okay, so yeah, this is the little UFO thing that's found the little alien baby in. It's got all this stuff like eagle people, Anubis, mermaid people, dragons in it, which is crazy. And yeah, so if you didn't think this is real, we found multiple artifacts, like a bunch, that have this kind of species looking thing on it. If you don't believe in xenomorphs, here you go. Now, I didn't believe this. This one was really hard for me to believe. So, like, I understand. But there are more and more being found by people that have nothing to do with each other. And so there's things that you might see in your movies that have like there's a reason you get a visceral feeling from it, beyond just H.G. Geiger's dreams or whatever. And yeah, I've experienced them in dreams, so I definitely, mostly in the negative form. So like, I definitely think there's like dream harvesting entity versions of them. That's what I had in my belief for a long time. There was at least that. Now I'm like, okay. Now I think that they exist. Now I see them again as having two. Original species that's more nice, more psionic as fuck, overpowered. And then the stolen DNA weaponized hybrid version that's possibly for something similar to them being used as a weapon currently, like for planet invasion, where they could take over a whole planet if they wanted. That I mostly see with insectoids, and that's some of the problems that are being faced with the wars in the future. But I mostly see it with insectoids, not particularly this. Some people talk about them being used in invasion in one of the planets of Lyra, the weaponized form of this. I'm open to that because I kind of read that's true, though I need more data on it and more collaboration for strong evidence of that. So I believe they're both weaponized, used as a military force, mind controlled in some forms, and then there's an old ancient psionic version that's more nicer, which this version is connected to a more divine version of it, which is nicer. Some of those artifacts I showed, though, are more into the weaponized form. So I think they might have both been interacting here at this time. So it's back in time with Mexico, interestingly, where they're venerated and seen. Okay, so strange things all about. So there's that. Now we can go into the super soldier stuff to help people. We'll go into reading Zahir first, since he was so generous. Now with the hybrid, the alien thing, I think I don't read the parasitic aspect where they impregnate a person and then it pops out of their chest. So that might have been more of a Hollywood thing. That's just what I read, but I'm open to a lot because I don't think I am an arbiter of truth. I think that I'm doing the best I can and I'm listening to others. And I think a lot of people are doing the best they can. So it depends. They could be that. I think there are parasitic races like what is venerated from the parasitic wasps that do that. So I think there are parasitic wasp higher sentient races that I track back that are pretty vicious that do that, as well as parasitic spiders and other things. There's definitely species that will use people if they can. Though I don't see them as much here. I haven't tracked them back as much of a problem on this planet. So there seems to be more of a territorial thing with some of the well-known negative races that are claiming a certain territory, but also with some of the light forces and allowance and back and forth with light races. But there's a reason why our humans are still dominated by humans, elites that are manipulated by ETs in some way. Infant stage, right? Okay, so let's go into some things with Zahir, but also if you guys have some concepts or beliefs on what can make this whole system better for super soldiers and resolve things so that we resolve why it's being allowed, because I think that has to do with it, especially like if we're able to resolve the wars in the future faster, then there's less of a need for the allowance of abuses being gotten away with, as well as more law enforcement to come in, as well as the restoration of the guardians, the backlog of things that any galactic government needs to do to where the good factions are able to do more things to enforce stuff, and the mafia, intersolar mafia, is less able to get away with their stuff they're doing in human rights and sentient life violations are exposed. There's also a faction that has to do with the ascending of our planet and disclosure, and so like what they're allowed to do being amplified by exposing what the dark is doing that they're not able to see, amplifies, like, let's say the dark's getting away with this shit, and the lights may be aware of this much. So if you bring that awareness out, this allows them to do more, such as influencing, waking up people, bringing more chess boards to the game. It's mostly what I see them doing. They're trying to do chess moves through the people here, because that is the most impact. But also things to amplify disclosure and pushing things that go, and as well as even if it's the false alien invasion orchestrated mock play that would be going on. At this point, I'm like, let's just bring on disclosure, because it's not pussyfoot around the technology that's being held back from humanity, allow suffering. Okay. So is it here? I'm gonna read some stuff, and we'll pull some SSP cards for you. But if you guys want a card, I can pull for you, just get the ball rolling, and we can then go into like some things I'm able to read off you guys, or whatever you want to go into to help more of the community is what I'm wanting to do this for. All right. So it wants me to go into one thing. 1, 2, 3. I'll pull you 3 cards that want to come up. And we'll track back some bases, and there's some interesting stories people got going on inside them that want to be heard. Okay, you got some cool cards coming up for you guys. So here, if you're there in the chat, feel free to comment. You got interesting stuff I'm going to read into each. First one, handler. You may be handled by another person. Another one, joint SSP. You have been used in the joint secret space program. Andromeda. You've lived a life as an Andromedan. Interesting. Okay, let's tune into each of these. You might be able to know what the handler is likely to be in your life, but handlers, what a topic. Most people don't know their handlers. And also most people have some type of handling of others and handling to themselves in their life, mostly because of the ego and how it's programmed. Most handling is spiritual. There are predators that influence our thoughts and emotions and influence your life. Emotional mind control. So you're even handling yourself a lot of the time. Ego boundaries will fight, cheat, steal, kill to protect their own ego boundaries and security around the person. They'll fight for them, their own. Yeah, I'll give you cards. So there's degrees of handling. So you can do it in levels from like that small bit where everyone's kind of handling each other to they barely know where they're really reactive and controlling and abusive and angry, and they try to influence control over you. More and more degrees of control. The people around you, maybe family, friends, people at work, things that change your life. And you can orient and understand that intention. Now, there are people in the rare people, and it's not easy to maintain a handler. Like they got to get them in your life. They got to get you to not be aware of them to keep the MK Ultra programming alter thing going where they can influence them from a distance. And again, still, some of those people don't know their handlers. There'll be alters in a person in their solar plexus that can be programmed, spiritually programmed, possessed, and they control that person and the people next to them and influence things, dump negative emotions on them. It's crazy. But then it goes to more and more aware handlers and level to where how much interest they have at holding a person back from remembering, keeping them controlled, keeping them from thinking about certain things, keeping them in a certain pathway. And that also goes to projects that have greater awareness, spying on the person, NSA, going into understanding their life, and even time travel awareness about them of what they could do to try to control them, to stop if they're like a big chess player on the board, they could affect a lot of people and influence their life. Even influence people that have negative emotions to stop them from leaving their hometown, keep them in a place. And this can also go to them being an asset and them wanting to keep their asset under wraps when it's in their state of forgetting, and when they can keep taking them whenever they want. So it's strange. So there's that. So look out for that. Yeah, and you'd be able to tell that for yourself, and then get you in a situation, train yourself to not be handleable. You don't have to go into rage and drama and hate for the person trying to handle you, because they might not know, and you can analyze that situation, but also forgive people. You don't have to do what they say, and you can do the opposite. You're gonna be like, oh, you told me to do that, I'm gonna do this now, and you can bypass things trying to control you in their predictive model for you. You don't have to get in drama with them. I recommend not, because that can also be a trap too, to fuck up your life, especially if you confront them and then they stop being, if they're in some type of support, stop being your friend, and then you get fucked in your career or whatever, you know how it is. So, you know, you can dance around their ego, you can get good at things while making yourself more and more immune to being controlled. Now join SSP. I'm reading into what wants to be talked about right now. Yeah, it's got the Rick and Morty sad song playing. Yeah, it's good for the vibe, you know. Everyone release their grief and support James, you know, and support the people. So it's pointing, let's track it back. So I'll show people how I like do these things. and I can work with you each individually, and we can regress, we can amplify your vision to go, back in time and look at things. Interesting. From the bridge. Oh no, I'm sorry. It goes to Montauk. Fucking suck. I'm sorry. Yeah. Fix that. 1 second. Oh, what happened? I'm super confused now. I think I'm still recording, but I cannot find. So I had a whole bunch of windows come up out of nowhere that I thought were deleted, and I'm like, what? Shit. Let me see if I can fix this. Sorry for the technical difficulty, everyone. Yeah, I am super confused. Okay, I'm gonna just check if I'm still streaming because that's a little crazy. Yes, I think I am. Yes. Okay, good. I'm live. I just can't find the window I'm live at. That makes things difficult. But maybe I can do something about that. Okay, okay. Okay, I found it. Cool. It's like I got 4 separate desktops open. That's weird. Okay. Don't know what to do about that, but I don't care. I'll go back to that later. Let's bring up the map again and then go to track back. All right. Yeah, I don't like that. It's making me do. Okay, that's why. Okay, I was the screen sharing from an entirely different thing. Okay, so here, I'll fix this. Now I'm good. Everything's good. Okay, sorry, it's Montauk. Fucking with you. Here's Camp Hero. Here's where we were. That's that tower I was talking about. The barracks over here. A bunch of little parks all around. Some houses. I don't know why you'd want to live there. That would be. It's like, yeah, let me just get abducted all the time. Yeah, and all these little things in the woods all over the place. Cool little beach, batteries, the bluffs, the lighthouse. Supposedly people have stories of being forced to jump off to try to fly, some guy. Though my thing with that is different, where they would take you on an underground base and force you to jump off a certain feet high staircase going up off the side, and they would monitor your descent rate with the machine, and they'd keep having you do that, and if you were able to change the the speed at which you descended, you got chicken nuggets and didn't get raped. They eventually, after a few days, you get high enough to where it starts hurting your knees or breaking your knees eventually. And they would just heal them in some chamber. It was weird. And so they didn't care. And after you would be taking it seriously with fear and stress to the point where you would start changing the rate of speed that you're going down. And that's what they wanted. And this was not in Montauk. This was under Washington, D.C., and then they took more under Montauk for the next phase. And they would have you change your rate of speed until you kept falling slower and slower. And eventually, if you could stop, then you go to the next phase. Then they would have you go upward. So in ascending in levitational body, then they would have you change float around and for a certain amount of time, then have you go in an orientation and influence going in a direction. Then when you're good at that, they'd have you go to the end of the facility, which was full cement, like big warehouse. And they would have you do that faster and faster and have you go in your speed. Then they would have you carry weights and objects to see if you could do that. And then eventually you get to the level where you carry another person and do it faster. And then they would have you race other kids. And then you would graduate, and they took me through a portal. The reason for that, they took me to Montauk, and then that took me through a portal. I was like, what? Why? And it took me to Montauk again, and I was like, what? And I found out it was on another timeline. So they are harvesting these other timelines. The reason for that is it has different reality rules that amplify your ability to train flight, as well as they had a teacher for that one was for levitation, and they didn't have that many teachers for it that were masters. And so they needed to work with what they had at the time that he was allowing himself to be a teacher, because they were going to lose him after a certain point because he would rebel, is what I found out. And so I know why you were like, if you're asking why would they train people to levitate? I don't know why for everyone. There are different projects I read for levitation depending on the country and the state and timeline, and also if it's like a military from the future. For me personally, they were sending after. I'll go into that in a second. So the facility under Montauk in another timeline was big. It was underground. It had all these rocks and like obstacles and things you would go through. And they would send you there after you got good at flying, to the point where you could control it really well and fly through things, avoid stuff, stop, race others, and they would train you to carry individuals through that. And the goal apparently was to send people, and they had like a symbol that was similar to like a guardian angel type of symbol to it. I don't know what the project was called though. They sent us into the future. And I suppose probably some people in the past, but I wasn't sent to the past. It was probably whenever they needed to, like somebody was in a situation where you could do barely anything to save them, they would die kind of situation, or you needed to bring out resources and they'd send you in, just go fast, swoop in, pick them up, get them out of there. So that's the kind of situation that we were used for. Okay. Anyway, so you got Montauk, and yeah, so I explained that. There's other things, but that's the concept. Now, going into why you're targeted by Montauk, is it here? Let's read that. You're targeted for an ability. Oh man. Okay, so what time is this? No. Okay. There's a security system around it. You got, it's coming from, there's a security system around your altar that doesn't want you to know this or access it or use it in this timeline. It's attacking me. It is, oh my gosh. Okay, what? Oh, let me just see what this, okay. No. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, cool. That's a good one. I've read this with a few other people. So let's see. Nope. 9. It has to do mostly with who you are as a soul. No. What is that? You have some like remembrance in your soul too that like is involved in it. It's you have the ability to activate and use. Oh, I see. What's there? Okay, big security system. How much? For how many places? Just one? Ooh. Okay, where is this found? Let me get the whole story of this. On Earth. There's a little bit of timeline war over this. Things are really not wanting me to let you know this. So, like, I hope you guys appreciate me bringing this out for you guys, despite getting attacked. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me just, yeah. It was found. Ooh, okay, and really, wow. It's found in China. So you have the soul. It's mostly about who you are in spirit. It doesn't really have to do with your DNA, but there can be that where you have the ability to open, activate, and access a Stargate that was found in China, but was stolen by Montauk. It looks like. Yeah. Wow. Wait. Let me just make sure on that. The location is actually okay. Let me just make sure on that because the story can be different. Because Stargates work in a certain way sometimes, and this is a high security one. Okay, it is still in China. It's just the base around it seems to be Montauk related, dominating, and they're making it secret, so they don't want the Chinese government to know about it too. Okay. They're harvesting fucking timelines to find more Stargates. That sucks. I'm really annoyed with Montauk's domination things they're doing. Okay, so you have it has to do with you, who you are. You're involved in the making of that Stargate with the species that made it. So it specifically goes one place that I can see that it goes. That's a long time ago when that was made, like near the beginnings of civilizations on the planet. All right. So you seem to be involved in that, and they're using you. Oh, let's see. What? You're the only one that can go through it. So some Stargates have like high level security systems in them. And not all of them work the same. Not all are made by the same civilization or species. I'm just reading into this to make sure. It looks like it will kill people if they go through it, that they're not approved. So that's a high security one. So it looks like you're the only one that is going through it. I don't take Venmo because I'm in Mexico. It doesn't work for me, but feel free to do my PayPal. I didn't even want to make this about like donations, but it does look like I'll be having to narrow down who I address in the comments because so many people are here. So I appreciate you. So my PayPal, I'll just put it in PsionicLeague at gmail.com. But I'm only doing this because to narrow down who. Oh shit, it's not it. Psionic League. Okay, this is it. That's it. But tell me if you are donating because I'm gonna wrap up the show after maybe 30 minutes or so. There's a lot I can do, and if you guys really like this SSP show stuff, I can do more of these. Just let me know, motivate me, and I'll do it more. Because I don't know how many people are interested in this stuff. It looks like, so you're going through another portal. Where does this go? It goes into this galaxy, but somewhere a different star system. Let me see if I can track that. There's a predator attached to the Montauk program that's trying to dominate you and trying to, it failed to go through the portal with you. It tried to hitchhike a ride, but it looks like that aspect got destroyed. So it's a very good portal, Stargate. Let's see here. I'm trying to track back the star system. Yeah, man, YouTube's on it with this playlist. Such a simple thing. Okay, I'm finding it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, wow, that's a good Stargate. It goes near the center of the galaxy and towards the whole Sagittarius kind of cluster of black holes and prime stars and stuff. This connects to a hospitable planet in a solar system, in one of those, which it's a big ass bright light around the center of the solar system, so it's hard to triangulate the exact star. I'll give you descriptions. No, it's a very bright. It's much brighter sky, and it's got a little magical vibe to it. Okay. Yeah, there are races there. 8, 9, 10. The other end of the Stargate has been also very strongly hidden underground. It's been sealed off. So you got They got a whole protocol they're teaching you how to do by yourself. Are they able to triangulate? No. Wow. Radio signals, all that cut off? Is the portal, if it's open from one side, it's open to the other. So you don't have to open it yourself from the other side. Okay. They did it in an interval thing. I think they gave you 7 hours where they'd open again. So explore around, but don't get yourself in any trouble. It appears what they told you to do. So you went back and forth quite a number of times. You took note of the area and then like set up so that you could like explore more and set up a base camp and resources and all that so that you could go out more further. And you appear to be in some type of sealed cave chamber of some type. And after like the 11th back and forth, you explored the whole inside and found out that you were sealed away. So then they gave you drilling equipment. Well, you found out that kind of thing out like after the 6th go through, but you were exploring everything and making everything ready before you started bringing the drill. Yeah. Okay. And you were also testing exit locations to see what would be the most promising. 1, 2, 3. But you still did the back and forth over and over again because to be safe and all that while drilling. So there's quite also a number of that before fully getting out of the area, and it's still being cautiously done. There's a lot back and forth. Is it hostile? No. Seems to be a friendly ET group you found interacting with after a number, like over 50 back and forth. Okay, what level? So you're all right. No. What is the populate where they tested that? No. They are. You brought them to kind of the awareness of where you're coming from, but they seem to be venerating the place with intense caution and staying away from it. But they're engaged in you in trade that you're doing back and forth between the portal, and attempted a system of learning their language. Now this is a point in a thing that you're doing. Okay, so let me see one. Seems you're taken at age 7 for this, and well, you trained. How does this work? Let me see how this goes. Yeah, you're physically taken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? Okay. Okay, they seem to have put you in a project that's like some type of. Let me see how this works. They were very impatient, so they put you into another temporal dilation and trained you until you're 18, and then sent you on this. But taken at age 7 is the temporal dilation. So you can look into that. Okay, so there's that thing, which is cool and crazy and awesome. So congratulations, Andromeda. You've been visited. You've also lived lives in Andromeda. There's versions of yourself over there. Type of species. I don't know how to describe the species. There's so many Andromedans. It's kind of. It's not really associated with the life we have on Earth, so it's hard to tell you things in association. But they're shorter. It's kind of a greenish being. Okay, so they're visiting you. You have missions with them. They take you every once in a while. You've been given their DNA while you're in the womb. They need help with their species, is why they came into Earth. It seems to be a big remedy thing for a lot of species. So you're going to help them heal a wound. So that's one of the things. So there's that for you. Hope that helps. Now, I went off on a kind of a tangent with that, but I'll give people one card each. Oh, well, thank you for sending your PayPal. Okay, so I guess I'll go in order of that. But thank you. We'll do that until I run out the clock. Let's see, here we go. Thank you very much for the donation. Appreciate you. Okay, we got 2. Oh, thank you. You're so nice. Okay, I got Elisa Allensworth and Tiffany. I'm going to do those. Okay, so Lisa, I'm going to bring you a card. And did you want, go ahead and comment in the chat if that's you. Go, tell me if this is you, because I'll give you a little reading. I do have to, not go super in depth as I just did, but I just wanted to show everyone like what's going on. And because I want to get a little bit of a reading for everyone, but also, it will help me want to like support the super soldier community. So maybe I'll do more of these shows based on you guys doing the donation. I appreciate that. And I'll send support to James more too in Afterlife. Thank you for your donations and anything you want to do. But this isn't about me, so I'm coming out more. I've been at the, I kind of give hints to it, but a part of myself was like, now I got in a vision today. In order for it to want to give me more vision support, it showed me a vision of like this military barrack and all these soldiers walking around and Humvees and ATVs and like some tanks and some hangars and stuff. And I saw like a version of me in a soldier uniform, and it's like, and then it's like, if you want me to give you more vision, acknowledge you're in the military. And I'm like, really? Okay, God. Because you get the things, but you don't want to like claim things, and it could all be not true even if it's highly visceral. So I guess I will acknowledge based on it telling me that they'll grant me more. My higher self will grant me more visions, that apparently I was in the military. So, okay, yeah. It's like a AAA meeting. Like, hey everyone, I'm Sean Bond. I'm a super soldier. Welcome, everyone. That's also a super soldier. You just like what's it pointing to? Like all these people you've been living with that are super soldiers, going like making all these friends that are super soldier, helping all of them, getting well known for healing super soldiers, attracting them, becoming family with every one of them, not having really anyone that doesn't like you. That's a super soldier. And then people that remember you. Oh yay, okay. I'll acknowledge it. Thanks. And I recommend anyone that's in the closet too. You're not alone. Love you. And it sucks. You don't have to go public if you don't want to, because it doesn't benefit you. It doesn't do anything for you. You don't get anything much of any at all. It's just more of a family thing. You meet your soul family, and you can help other people that are going through similar stuff. So there's some benefits, and especially if you acknowledge, you don't have to say it outward. You acknowledge in yourself at least. Explore it, see what's going on, find the truth. You don't have to believe everything that comes to you right away or at a deep level, but explore it, see how much evidence there is, because it gets deep. That's where it goes. Okay, so I'm going to look at. Callie dreaming. Are you Lisa, or are you? Looking at it, Tiffany. Either way, I'll pull you some cards. I'll pull one for Callie since they responded. But Callie and Tiffany, respond in the chat so I can know if you had any questions specifically or whatever. I'll just pull a card for you or whatever. SSP reading, yes, I will do that. Ooh, nice one. Okay. Ooh, okay. 1, 2. Okay, I'll do this kind of quickly, and then I'll go to next. Okay. You got some good ones. Okay. So you got contracts. You've signed contracts for your life you're living in. I mean, who hasn't? Well, I guess some of the people are kind of forced to be here, but it's kind of spiritual contracts with other experience. So I would say with that, you got some big, it's mostly pointing to big contracts, which let's do the subject. So it's in the subject of making the planet a better place. Is this negative? It's kind of neutral because there's abuse, but also allowance because you're involved in. It's pointing to the military abduction. So here's your card in your face. Is it right there? So yeah, I'm reading for Callie dreaming. And again, whoever's, this other person, again, who sent me another PayPal, it's both Lisa and Tiffany. Callie, who are you? Are you Lisa or Tiffany? Tell me. Okay, I'm Tiffany. Okay, cool. So this is Tiffany. Okay, so you got, thank you for letting me know. Okay, so you got Montauk. And it says, you may have been part of the Montauk time travel experiment, which it's well known for. Let's see if that's exact. It's more pointing to Montauk. The ability, I'll just go into it quickly. And you can contact me if you want to know more about this. We can do a session. We can go into it. Turn on your third eye, and you can go into retrieval of the memory. I'm very good at it. You can look at my old videos. And then you can get it viscerally and then integrate the ability, and it's powerful. But what's this ability for? Really? Ooh, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to just bring you up on the screen. I'm here. I was hoping to find out about in any pro drives. I have some memories. So you look very nice. This ability that is coming up is strange because I wouldn't, like, by looking at you, just it wouldn't be that, like, that's not the first ability I would look at if I'm looking at you. Okay. I'm just making sure on this. Okay. What level? Ooh. Okay. So you're being targeted mostly for super strength. And there are multiple bases involved in this, including Montauk. In another timeline, too, of Montauk you're being taken to. And then also, this is temporal dilation, so physically taking out a clone. And you're barely on this planet for most of it. You're being taken to Mars. So we can go into that. Let me know on that. You wanted to bring that up, and we can go into that in session. Your third card is Palladians. Counter with the Palladians. They got Soul Family with you. They're visiting you. There's a lot of other stuff. We can talk about that later in our sessions. So yeah, bring that up. And I'll read the other person. But yeah, constantly we can go to revisiting your super strength. That's one of my favorite abilities. So that's fun. And we can go into why you're being picked for that, why you're using it, where you got it from, where you earned it, what past life, what DNA amplifies it, the way they trained you in it, and then how you would access it this life, and take it back from being mostly used in that project, which will be so fun. I love doing that. And I wish I had more time to just focus on that. So if you give me an excuse, got it. Okay, next one. So Cali Dreaming. Yeah, thank you for. Wait. I'm a little confused. Okay, Lisa. Comment below. Tell me that you're listening. It says Rip James. I appreciate you in the message. So thank you for. And again, if you want a session, PsionicLeague at PsionicLeague.com/services, and you can do a consultation, whatever you want. And then go into amplifying your superhuman abilities, your vision, your telepathy, meet your soul family, and then go more. Let me activate all these super soldiers. That's my one of my goals. I share that. That's why I share with James. I loved when he that was the name of his conference. I was like, fuck yeah, let's activate some super soldiers. So yeah, let's help the target individuals get healing. Also, if anyone has pain, tell me in the chat what kind of things you've been dealing with. I want to give to the community in this video. So let me know if you've been feeling anything negative, if I can help with that. I've been sending kind of like some healing vibes in the chat. So hopefully this has been kind of like supportive and loving, and you feel better in this. But like, let me know if you guys deal with things or stress, anxiety. I'm super good at overwhelming emotions, suicide programs, anxiety, fear. I can help you get rid of all that stuff, and I'll give you the layout. Just tell me what you're dealing with in the chat. Oh, you lifted the gym too? Oh, yeah, you can bring it out. Yeah. So your super strength a lot of it's in the solar plexus. It's a superpower, and there are levels to strength ability. You want to first start with gaining power, infinite energy, which I can give you in our session. That'll be so good. I can't wait to see you like using your gym for magic amplification of the body tech, which is what I love to do, and bring it out. And so you can build energy, and then you can turn it into strength. And there's a need for the restoration of the super strength authorities of this reality because they've been wounded, devoured, imprisoned. It's fucked up. The angels, the gods, the different beings for it, like Hercules. So I'm going into. So I got a lot to say on super strength. It's one of my favorite abilities. I would tune into it, work on it more. I wouldn't go into that. I have like super strength, but I have increased level at it where it's super easy for me to just lift anything, and people are a little like impressed by it. But I can improve. I'm not at my limit at all. I want to get stronger, and I've seen stronger people, so it pushes me, and it doesn't get in my way. It makes me want to seek it more. So everyone out there, hopefully I can inspire you, and I'll be doing like working out shows later in the future to help inspire people. So I got Lisa Allensworth. So I'm reading for you. I don't know if you're in the audience. Feel free to tell me if you are or not, or whatever else. Just picking up based on what I'm reading for you. Okay. Okay. You got missions with Palladians, by the way, Kelly Dreaming. They want to talk to you more. Okay, we got 8 months and we got these for you. Okay, first card for you. I just gotta keep bringing up your name real quick so I can see it. And next is Susan Foley. This is Lisa Allensworth. You got your special DNA. You got special DNA. Special. Very, very special. Okay. And let's see, what is it pointing to? One. Okay, a big thing. Ooh, big. Good. Okay, what? What? Okay, this is what it wants to point to in it. Why? Oh, jeez. What? Okay, am I allowed to say that publicly? Okay. You have the connection. Okay. You have galaxy celestial body DNA. So what does this mean? So celestial DNA is including like planetary bodies when they decide to grant you a DNA lineage, either rare, and it's weird and complicated if it's physical. Most of the time I read it's energetic, like a light body DNA seed added to the genetics upgrade, especially at birth. And they have time travel. They can just go back in time whenever. But they usually don't have to because they have a high level of omniscience, the galaxies. So planets can do this, stars, galaxies, and fractaling up. This one's energetic, so it was added to you at birth. Inception knows about you, and you have a deep connection to the main prime creator of another galaxy. So that's why it's granting it to you. So you have that access of that technology in your body, and it wants you to know about it and work with it and unlock it and take care of it and then amplify it to its max in your ascension, which is high level when you work at the foundation of physical matter and the DNA programming tech, which I can help you do. So let me know if you unlock that. That'll be fun. Not many opportunities I have to do that, so that'll be fun seeing what you got to do to turn that on the max. Okay, next thing, which goes along with that galactic program. You're serving in a galactic space program. What the hell does that mean? Well, besides also bringing up the concept of galaxy, and that pointing to something interesting. It's not pointing to this galaxy, so it is pointing to that other galaxy version of you, and that has a bunch of occupants. There's a lot of species in it, and some of them have been made aware of you and are visiting you and bringing you there, as well as their missions in this galaxy. Interesting. Then DUMBs. Yeah, deep underground military bases. You've been taken to a deep underground military base. Which one that points to? Let me track this back because it's probably an interesting story. Thank you, James, for saying my sessions are good. I appreciate you. You're very good and powerful. A lot of things go to the U.S. for some reason, even if you're out of the country. Interesting. I'm just checking on this. For some reason, going under Texas. Kind of around this area. Why? Military abduction, underground. Going through all the options. Yeah. Taken for an ability. How long are you down there for? This is pointing out something. You're mostly underground. I guess that's why this is the card that's pulled. You're mostly on Earth. Visibility. 1 second, let me see. Okay. Why would they want to keep you down underground for this? Okay. What? This is a little strange. You gotta read the story of this. What type? nature. Interesting. Interesting. There's something to do with an ability you have as a divinity incarnate, and it's like forces of nature, and weather control is what you're being targeted for. And they are a little threatened by your power, so it looks like they're trying to contain you in a place, because you have the abilities to bypass their power if they let you out of a confinement of some type. So they're spending a bunch of resources to have you on a temporal dilation and utilize you for certain purposes, such as manifesting weather in certain locations at certain times. But they're seeing as it like a light of divinity that they need to contain, otherwise they can lose control of you. And that's not a set in stone timeline, so you can make that better. So look into it, but they're trying to suppress that aspect of you. I'd recommend breaking through if you can, because I've seen some people that already break through, and it's crazy what they become. Towards center to unlock and integrate the divine movement. Thank you. I appreciate you for saying my sessions are awesome. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Love card. Yeah. Thank you so much. You guys are so beautiful and nice. Okay, I'll draw a card for people in the audience too. Let me just check if no one else donated real quick, because I gotta respect them for doing that. Okay, yes, Susan Foley, and then I'll take care of the anyone else. Okay, Susan Foley, let's read what you got. Are you in the chat, Susan? Can you hear me? Go ahead and talk. Let me know about you so I can tune into you better, but either way, I'll try. Yes, I'll get you a card. Let me just get Susan Foley real quick. Yes, please. I'd love to do a session with you. Ooh, we got some interesting ones. Ooh. Okay, Susan Foley. 910. Okay, so you got some cool ones. So first one, Susan Foley. It's MK Ultra. You may be a survivor of the MK Ultra project, which you can look up. I'll tune in that. I'd say that's at a higher level than most people, though that can range in many scales because it's mind control. So it goes into everything they're doing, the populist media, programming, subconscious programming, waves, emissions of energy, emotions, spirit realm. I'm getting it can go deeper. So it's pointing to an altar, and that might manipulate in the flow of time for you in emotions, mental thoughts. So you can look into that. and then break free of it. Then I'm reading an interesting one. Twin flame at 22. You may have met or are about to meet your twin flame. Let's see on that. I don't know your love life, so let's go into hypotheticals. Like, it would be crazy. It would be fucked up if I said you're gonna meet your twin flame in the future if you're already with somebody. It's like, fuck me, right? If I so I like stay open, right? So you, I've seen that on programs before, so that's funny. So yeah, stay open to that concept and like where you'd have a connection with them, if it's with somebody you're with, or if they're coming. Now the amplification of that one line, it wants you to see and remember and vision more into some pull in your heart that represents that, whether it be with the person you're with or somebody that's coming. I don't know. I don't see in the chat. Feel free to talk though. And the amplification of your love magic, and your amplification to expand your heart, release the blocks off of it, to transmute them, to amplify your ability to love everything and everything, every person in reality, whittle down all the light to neutral to dark, to forgive everyone, accept them, and understand how they exist, and then with boundaries and love, not love with strings attached, but unconditional love, and detach from love with strings attached and control and influence. Well, going deeper in yourself and amplifying your love connections to past lives and your soul family and your loved ones and regular family. And there's also this flame of a specific person it's pointing to connect the circuit with and invigorate that, even if they're near you or at a distance, and then make that stronger, because it apparently is going to fuel their ability to be more connected with you. If they're not with you now, then bringing them in. So I'm making that open because I am not seeing you talk back to me. So then another big one, you got flown craft. You've been shown ET technology and have flown a craft. Ooh, I love that one. Those are fun. I've experienced that multiple times. Oh, it's such a rush. It's like an aspect of your life comes alive, and if you've experienced it and you go back in this world, it feels like an arm is missing. It gives you so much more freedom, love, happiness, enjoyment. It's such a rush, and especially when the craft talks to you, and it can link to your thoughts, and it just does things so reactively. It feels like in a glove, an extension of your hand. It's one with you. It's so beautiful. Yeah, so really go into that memory and possibly it will unfold. You possibly dreamed about it before, but feel free to let me know if not. And then if not, you can trigger it. Watch a bunch of space stuff and release the blocks in the ego and love and shrink that down around the dream for the dream body, so you can get out of matrix dreams and go more into freer multidimensional dreams, which I can help you with that. I love doing that. There's a lot of stuff trying to force people down into matrixy dreams of work, people, things you do around. Annoying, sucks. You can dream so much better. I can help you guys out there. Feel free to contact me about that. Next, I'll go into let me just check PayPal, and then we'll finish with the people that asked for a card in the audience. Yep. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we got Wilson. I'll go back upward and then see who asked for a card. But let me just do Wilson first real quick as I see him. Okay. Yes. I'll do a card for you. Single card for everyone in the audience. Okay, what it wants you to know about. Ooh, interesting one. Okay. Okay, it is bringing up for you, Wilson, psychotronics. You are targeted and attacked remotely. Let me know in the comments if that sounds familiar. People that don't know that concept. So target individuals, you can look them up. There's a lot of people out there. You're not alone. You can be targeted in multiple ways, such as psionically, by both military projects and distant or local handlers that are used as a relay to influence energy, negative emotions, pain, headaches, overwhelm, stopping you from doing something, suicidal programs, all kinds of stuff, as well as what James Rink experienced, which I can't talk for everything because I wasn't ever, always around him. I was going to go to the conference, but I had a trip already. I was making at a time, and I was really upset that, he wanted to do the Halloween thing. So like, I also wanted to do the Halloween thing for my trip, and I already set up like months ahead. But yeah, I wanted to go to his conference, unfortunately couldn't. But he, there's rumors and even talks about him feeling he was targeted by weapons that emitted radiation into him, or things that made his organs shut down. So there's machines that will emit frequencies, and they're pointing at people to make them sick or die, or organ failure, or like stabbing the heart. Which also death can be sent at you, illness, destruction, a lot of times, or heaviness, darkness, shadow, ego, a lot of things to overwhelm a person. Sometimes the tech is mixed with a human with like helmet gear that like remote view and remote influence. So there's that too. There's sometimes AI. There's advanced technology from ETs and ships and bases and things underground. So I'm super good at it, so I can help you. I had to practice. Things were trying to kill me a whole bunch, similar to James' situation. Things tried to put radiation in my body. I had to figure out how to detox radiation. It was awful, and I had to do it quickly. A lot of things like to cut off your grounding and ability to release energy so that it fills up in your body and you're overloaded with it. And the process for really negative volatile energy is to get it out of the body as quickly as you can, and then make a defense to prevent it coming in, and then track it back where it's coming from, because all the energy will have a signature kind of frequency that you can tune into and lock on and track back its radius pattern of emission and where it's going to. Then you like if it's pain or overwhelm or some type of emotion or something that you're getting as a symptom, then you can tune into that point. And I'm getting some now while we're talking about this interest, and you can track it back to its origin and remote view it, and then analyze the systems that are used, which mine is a psionic being. It's an ET, and you can overwhelm them and thrust it back at them. You're allowed to defend yourself by whatever means necessary. It's natural law, do no harm, take no shit. And you can practice your abilities to defend yourself and thrust it back on the being until they stop. Whatever means the layer that they're doing it at. Mine is pain right now, but sometimes they can get into death. So sometimes you need to really defend yourself, like with what happened with James. And I was recommending him not to be afraid of stopping the forces by whatever means necessary, because they are trying to kill you. And if you're facing that, same. And you want to also, it's an energy. It's got consciousness. You can get it to like you. And push it out if it's volatile and surround it with love. And I'm going to be a much better caretaker than that asshole. And then you can build up with the strength of the psionics, because anything they use against you is going to make you stronger. Now, that's the basics. Wilson, contact me, especially if you're being targeted now or you've experienced this type of things in the past. Most times people won't know what it is. It'll be illness, headaches, migraines, pain, teeth pain, overwhelm, negative emotion, suicide, all these kinds of things, depending on what they're trying to do or control you, or if what layer it is. Contact me. I'll help you. Let's set up a session. I'll give you all the abilities so you can combat this. You can outcreate it. You become stronger than it. And anything they send at you is going to make you stronger. And they're going to be regretting it. And you'll be able to track it back, make an awareness about that story, neuter them, make a chess move in their system, and then find out why they're targeting you. And we can go deep into that. And who you are, what abilities you have, all that kind of stuff. Because you're in this chat for a reason. So, yeah. Hit me up. Anyone out there also dealing with similar, I got you. Now, next one, let's see here. Yeah, I'll tell you how to overwhelm them. It depends on what they're using. But yeah, I don't want to like just give people like grenades and rocket launchers. So I want to teach you like the moral code of it and all that. And there's quite a spiel I have to it, because I don't attack beings unless they're hurting me or the ones I love. And I love everyone else, so I like doing the positive healing method usually. So I will give people positive ways to do that. But I understand if you're overwhelmed and you need to put up your teeth, and I will give you those tools too. Okay, let me just go through everyone that wanted a card. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming and being a part of this. As an honor to James Rink. And is it here to resolve all this? Yeah, we got to go breakdown by breakdown. The Stargate thing looks fucking interesting. So not all of it may be bad, but we can get rid of anything bad, resolve, and make the timeline better to its best possible outcome. And then it could lead to ET contact and connection and something that bleeds over positively. It depends on what you gain from this whole thing that might be worth it with the Stargates. I'm not really great at James Whittaker's. I'm just reading everyone's comments coming back. I don't know about the whole generation 1970s to 1975 at Montauk Peak. I don't know. Some people might be able to rate that for you if you want, but like they're engaged in time travel, so I see it mixed up with a lot of people. And depending on what project, what abilities they need, they'll take people from the future and bring them back at a different period of time if they have a certain teacher and the cards are right for something. Stony Meadows sounds good. That triggers me. I don't know why. Stony Meadows. I've heard that before. I'm getting a lot of deja vu. What the fuck is that about? Tell me what's going on there. Feel free to leave a comment. Why is that triggering me? Tell me, Amy, later what you're talking about. Well, maybe it's in the comments up as I go. What are you talking about? Let me imagine they have this giant servo. Work your wizard. Thank you. Anyone else want a card? Before I wrap it up, could you tell me if the handler's female? You probably have female handlers. I think you have multiple handlers. Is it here? I think you got like at least 4 that are at a higher level than regular people, but I don't know how much one might know their handler, or at least alter themselves that gets triggered. I don't know. Most handlers don't know their handlers, so I'm not going to like be definitive about it, but they're handling you at a higher level than most people. I got that card, and don't let that make you freak out and question everyone and hate everyone. Just like dance around it. Don't let them handle you, and be polite and amicable. They don't need to know you know about them, because you don't want to tip them off or whatever. Well, higher up, there might be something else that goes on the strategy. You want to play it around, you know. Okay, Cosmic Origins. Are you still here? I would love a card. I'm gonna read you one. Your card is clone. You may have a clone of you or have encountered with a clone. Points to you. Says age 5. I'm not going to read how many clones, but I'm allowed to say you've been cloned. And it seems to be a military project. U.S. New York, Manhattan. 1. Man, there's a lot of psionic people in the chat. You know, it makes me powerful. Okay. Your clone is being targeted for an ability you have in telekinesis. It's emitting your solar plexus. So I'd recommend practicing that. You seem to have a proficiency in it, though it is being targeted. So you have some hurdles to overcome if you want it stronger, which I can help. I can help you release those blocks. It's fun. I love tuning into telekinesis and what's blocking a person. And then we can go into like amplifying and igniting and embracing the ability treasure chest that's within, especially in this altar. Okay. May I have a card? And next up is Tony Ashby. Yes, I'll give you a card. Just make sure. Thank you for all the lovely comments. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Karina. Appreciate you. You're amazing. Oh, somebody sent me another donation. Okay, I'll read into your stuff. I just want to be safe. Yeah, you got it. So safety bubble shield emanating from your heart, pulsing with your heartbeat. Practice that while holding your heart. And faith, love, and gratitude in your source. As a rudimentary thing I'll give you right now, but I'll give you more abilities later. I don't have Cash App. I just have PayPal, which is let me just read everyone because I do have to. And I'll bring a card out for Tony Ash because I just brought him up. Okay. Tony Ash, it's pointing to ET contact. So I'll read you first, and then I'll go into this other person that donated. Correct. Yeah, people are bringing a lot of questions in. I am getting lost. Sorry. Let me find this person that donated real quick. Feel free to message again just in case. I don't want to lose you. Oh, man. Do I have radiation? How would I be attacked? Yeah, all right. Thank you. Oh, okay, here it is. NM Goddess. All right, so the person I just read before, NM Goddess. Are you Susan Falley? Where did you donate to? If not, I'm just making sure with thing. Stony Meadow. Where did you get that name? Why does that trigger me? Who are you? Contact me. I don't like letting deja vu slip through my fingers. I'm also on Facebook, Sean Bunn. Or just message me at PsionicLeague@gmail.com. I don't know why. I need to know who you are and figure out why I had that feeling come up. So contact me. Destiny is calling. Let's figure out what it is. I like to make a donation. What is the topic today? Thank you. Okay, Drago wants a card too. But yeah, let me tune into. Man. Yeah, I'll try to get everyone a little bit of card. Okay, the Lyrans are contacting you, and they need your help for something. You have a cure in you. You have authority, rare DNA combination for something they need, and you're doing missions with them. So there you go. Next person was, let me get Drago readout, and I'll do Drago read, and then I'll do Krina, and then let's get some other stuff for people. And I got a show with Drago coming up. We're gonna go deep into retrieving some of his SSP stuff. So I think that will be good for people to understand because he has some big things. And he's doing a lot of good work. Let me just. Okay. Okay, so Drago read it brought out 2 cards for you. Just wanted to let you know. So one, it's also clone, which I thought I put somewhere else in the deck. So it's interesting that came up. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I wanted you to know about. I wanted you to look into that. It points to you, which I'll tune into that more. And then Syrian. So it points to Syrian A, a well-known species. Let's see. Okay, I see a lot of lung dragons, like Chinese lung and Japanese lung dragons coming from Sirius A. It does want you to point and know about that. Pointing to your soul. Wanting you to embrace a bigger dragon version of you. It's like a planetary one. So that's interesting. It has nothing to do with this picture. Just points to Sirius. Then the clone thing. Okay, it does want me to let you know about that fully. Okay. There's things trying to harvest your DNA. Things are trying to steal it and affect your life negatively. One. Wow. Where are they sending them? Okay. You're heavily being harvested for a lot of clones, and they're being thrown into battles as not to like clones are kind of stupid, and also they're not easy to train. You know this, and they're not always the same you or personality. Most of them aren't even like have a consciousness transfer or anything of you. They're it's something to do with your rare DNA and being making a fairly decent clone as a soldier, and they're using them kind of as it's not quite cannon fodder, but they're sending a lot in. It goes into the battles in the future for the solar system being invaded against the insectoid race. There's a lot of clones being used for that. It's mostly for battles. There's 2 battles in the future being sent to, and that's so that's a taxing effect on you. That is affecting your soul quite heavily. So I can help you that later. That would be nice to make it so that doesn't need to happen. But right now it needs to happen, and I think that's happening with a bunch of people that, well, not like a lot, people that are the right type of person to where that makes a difference and holds back a force. The clone war of Drago Reed. Yeah, you're like that guy in Boba Fett or whatever. All right, Karina's got one. And I gotta go soon, so I'm just gonna check everything and then about to head out because this is a good show. Oh yeah, Karina donated, so definitely I'm gonna give you some 3 cards. So thank you, Karina. And I probably should wrap it up, but okay. So Karina, because it's 3 hours, I gotta go. But yeah, if you want me to do more shows having to do with SSP stuff and reading for you people and helping you unlock yourself, super soldier activation shows, I think I'll call that as a honoring for James Rink. I think that sounds like a good idea. Let me know in the comments. Show your love. Tell me if that's a good idea. Collaborate with me. Come on my show if you're a super soldier. Hit me up if you're involved in programs. We can bring this concept out more to the world. Don't be afraid. We'll empower you, your abilities. Super soldiers for Earth. Earth-based positive super soldiers. We'll bring them out. Okay, this one. Yeah. There you go. Okay. Yeah, I gotta wrap this up. So don't donate anymore, please. And then unless like you're okay with it not being, reading for it. But either way, I support you. Thank you for supporting me. Yeah, I wasn't even planning on doing donations today, but thank you. I appreciate you guys. I guess we'll. And yeah, thank you for being my friend, James Rink. Thanks for everyone in the community for being my friend. I love you all. Okay, so Karina, what you got? Pointing to missing time. I'll read them quick. Lyrans, you may have encountered a Lyran, or you are one. And my lab induction. So let's look into it. What is Stoned Meadow of Doom? What is that? What is that? Tell me. Why do I need to find that? Because it's a weird. What that is? Tell me. Message me. I don't know where you are. Yeah, that will be a good. It will be a good show. So tune into our Draco Reed interview, which will be a bit of an interview and a bit of a memory retrieval. So you'll get to like tune into that process, and you guys can learn into it. About an hour of sleep a day, extreme pain from it. Oh, I'm so glad that you're down to an hour. Oh wait. Sorry, I read that wrong. I thought it was an hour of extreme pain. Sorry, down to about an hour of sleep a day, extreme pain from it. I'm sorry that you're still dealing with that. Yeah, there's a lot. It's a big thing to go into. So we're gonna actually even go into that in the memory retrieval and see what we get. So that'll be fun. Anything to help you release your pain, because you don't deserve it. Yeah, I love you, Alana. Thank you for being there. So, yeah, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Okay, missing time. So, Karina, it's going to a school setting. It's going back to elementary school. May have to do with you being called to an office or something. So look into those memories. That freaked me out when I found out about that, because I've been called to the nurse's office and doctors and weird people in weird rooms and like tests and psychic tests. What the fuck are you doing? Like school as a kid, and it freaked me out when I remembered that. My God. And then, some missing time. So looking at that. Military abduction. I mean, we talked about this a bit. So it's going under Manhattan. Okay. One. This is some weird thing I don't see that often, which is some mass abduction of a bunch of people with rare DNA, and then you're taken for testing and reviews. Oh, there's a lot of testing. Taking your DNA, monitored. Some way, those programs to monitor. It's alter made and mind control, and what is that? I don't know what that is. Okay. Then it's taking your DNA to make clones of. Hybridized multiple people His DNA combined together, clone bodies that become avatars for consciousness that would be tasked for something big. Okay, is what some of your DNA is going towards. What the fuck? Some of your DNA is being sold to a gray species. So that's something to do with it. And then your last card is Lyran. And it wants you to point to something specifically because I've told you about your connection with Lyra, but no, what is this? Is that none of the normal things I would read it for? Okay, how? It wants you to help Lyra's system psionically at this time period, not back in time. Interesting. So the restoration of it, healing, restoration, wholeness, support, connecting with it, love, awakening out of a coma, things is what it wants to do. Apparently you can, and it's calling for you. You're powerful enough. You're going to get rewards for that. Nice. It's a good one. Yeah, that's not what I'd normally read. Okay, I'll just read everyone's comments real quick, but I can't do any more. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the lovely comments, everyone. Yeah, you're beautiful people. So beautiful. So beautiful. This was a good show. Yeah. So you guys are awesome. Love to you all. Let's do more of these in the future. But comment below, show your love, share it out with people, share it out with Super Soldier community, forums, boards, groups. Let's connect the family together. Because I love everyone except everyone, and can be at peace with everyone. So let's do it. Let's make a family. Let's make it strong, and get something ball rolling that use the momentum of the sacrifice James made for the world in his life, and help his dream thrive and grow and not be stifled out, and ignite the flame. Let us all come together and overthrow the oppressive system, free humanity, amplify our psionics, get into empowerment, not be super soldier victims to super soldier empowered and unstoppable force that is off the chain, off the reservation, uncontrollable, and they will woo the day that they messed with us, that they force and ting with us, that they threatened us, that they wounded us, that they traumatized us, that they try to control us, they put us into altars, suppress our abilities. They will rue the day, and their wounding will make us stronger. We will use what they have done against us, and we will make abilities from it. We will make magic. We will strengthen ourselves and make us become their worst nightmare in the most positive, light, amplified, good way that frees humanity. Let's do it together. Love you all. And yeah, please get this out there. The more I see that see it, the more I see it, I'm like, oh shit, I better do this a bunch. So get it out there, motivate me, please. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you want to see more of. And if you got any questions, if you need support, send heal, all that. Yeah, contact me if you want sessions, clearing healings, depossessions, getting rid of targeting. I'm really good with that. Getting rid of suicidal thoughts, negative emotions, overwhelm, increase your abundance to high levels, telepathy, psychic tracking, amplify the third eye light, amplify love magic to feel good all the time, love attraction, read into your memory retrieval, run you through the vision questing to do memory retrieval, get visual responses, reactions, remembering, and reclaim your power of who you are, change your life for the better, become your greatest self. I got you. I also got some courses online. Of course, you can peruse through that on my membership site, which is free. And I'll be doing trips in the future, so send to PsionicLeague@gmail.com. Trip inquiry if you're interested in going on my Mexico trips, interacting with alien artifacts. Barely anyone gets the chance to at all. And I also have connections with the Boogosphere, and I've gone to it many times with other people. And we'll take people to pyramids, unlock their dormant abilities. Their divinity will shine and they'll remember it. And it will go to places that called your past lives and reintegrate those. More abilities like telekinesis, vision, all these things will be unlocked at these pyramids. And we're going to turn them on so they change the world, they change the timeline, they change the consciousness of the area. We restore the old consciousnesses and authorities that were granted by the source of all, those authorities for a reason, and bring it to where they're able to help manage this planet and bring their abilities to the masses, to awaken, to strengthen people, to change the timeline for the better, to make revolutions, which after we started doing it, big protest happened in Mexico. That was beautiful. But not, there's a lot of people working on it. It's not just us. Right? And Alana was on the trip. Glad you were. Thank you. You made it so wonderful. And meet your soul family. Fall in love. Sometimes people fall in love, which is a fun thing. We'll have a wonderful time. There's a little mystery school involved. I'll be at different conferences coming up, like Rion's Rise of the Gardens conference, maybe Bridge conference in the future in Texas. The Alien event in Los Angeles coming up in March, I think I'll be presenting at. I think Brandon Niblett, it's conference in Maryland. So look out for that one too. And if you guys want me at conferences, hit me up. If you know people that run the conferences, hit me up. I want to get this message out there. I want to teach things. I want to give people free stuff. I want to connect the soul family. And I'll give you rewards and free sessions if you can connect me with more people to do that. It would be free sessions for a lot of things. Exchanges. If you want to make YouTube shorts or whatever, I'll do exchanges with you. I like trading abilities. I'm very generous. So like hit me up if you want to trade or support or something, or if you want to do interviews. Interview with me requested. PsionicLeague@gmail.com. Again, if you want to reach me for consultations and do a nice session that will change your life, PsionicLeague@PsionicLeague.com. And there's services, and you can get me right away by doing that, or else email me and talk to me about it. But don't let it slip through your fingers, because I got you. I love meeting new people, and we'll be friends afterwards. So hope you guys have a lovely night. Pray for James. Let's support him in his afterlife transition. Might be similar to Max too. There might be some weird things going on where, if they're cloned and existing elsewhere, there can be some other weird stuff too. And I look forward to hearing the interesting stories people have coming out. Still prayers and support. And love you all. Destroy that like button. Help me get past the YouTube algorithm suppression. Comment below your love if you want to see me do more of these shows. Share these with a bunch of friends, super soldiers, communities, groups. If you can, get this memorial out there, as well as help heal the super soldier out there. I'll be wanting to do my part, and hopefully this video can help them. And subscribe on my platforms. I'm on Facebook, Shambon, YouTube, PsionicLeague, Psychic Dragon 9 on Twitch, Shambon Psionic on X, PsionicLeague, Instagram, all this other stuff. Yeah. So see you guys later. Have a wonderful night. Love you. Oh yeah, and I will be going to Egypt eventually, but we haven't planned that out because we're trying to get some heavy hitter people in the disclosure movement coming. So we got to play around their schedule. We're also planning some big things. So if you want to get alien artifacts out to the world and do shows about that, let me know too. We have some surprises for you too, if especially you have ways to either on your channel or get me in contact with other people. So we're trying to make a way of disclosure that brings this out, so I can give you lots of evidence, possible opportunities, things we can trade for that. So love you all. Support to you all, to the community, super soldiers, target individuals, SSP. Thank you for everything. Love you. Have a wonderful night. See you later. In our prayers, everyone.